I love the Dennis Rodman thing, and one of the things that like I didn't realize, where it's like it's not even that I realized, I just never really thought about it, but when there was like, because we always wondered, where it's like, man, he was so normal when he was on the Pistons, like what happened? And they were like, yo, he met Madonna, and Madonna was like taught him how to think for himself.
Just be yourself, bro.
Yeah, and just like be free. And it's just like a wild concept. Like it doesn't, if you read that on paper, you'd be like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. And then when someone breaks it down to you in that way, and they're literally like, honestly, he was like, yeah, he does whatever, but it's like, how many people do you know live completely free in a sense like that? And I just like, it just gave me like a different respect for Rodman in a sense in that way. Cause like I'm like, y'all know me, like I've always just been kind of doing my own shit and like looked up to people kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's really cool in that sense where it's someone so out of there, especially at that time.
Yep.
Where it's just like, for someone in sports figure, like the only people at that point who, when you think about people doing shit like that, was like Prince, you know what I mean? Prince and Michael and shit like that. And for a figure so large in sports, like it's crazy to think about. Also, what we learned from Twitter is his hit list was wild.
Yep. We was talking about this before you got here too. Yeah.
Prime Tony Braxton.
Legend.
Yep.
Big facts.
We were saying that Tony Braxton deserves her own 30 for 30.
Yeah, because she was in the middle of the. John, do you remember like you know Mavs history, but the Jason Kidd Jamal Mashburn thing? She was at the center of that, right? Like that whole like kind of dispute, and that was part of the reason why Kidd ended up getting traded.
I'm pretty sure, and they also they did a video that I think it's Sports Nation does I think was it Sports Beefs or something, or like Beef History?
Yeah,
and they did one on that because I didn't know about it until I watched that video, and I just thought that was wild. The Triple J Ranch.
Yep. I found out about that maybe like a year or two ago, and I was like, dang, like Tony Braxton was out here breaking up whole franchises.
Facts.
I mean, shout out her, because without that, the Nets probably don't get J Kidd at some point, but hey,
probably.
like
probably.
We don't go to 2 finals, but dang. Yeah, she but man, Carmen Electra, Tony Braxton, and Madonna.
Yep.
Bro, you doing it right.
And Vivica.
And Vivica Fox. Yeah, bro. That's tough. He got his, I'm about to say, his milk is looking pretty whole.
Oh yeah.
And then it definitely was rocking with the, you know, with the milk chocolate as well. You know what I'm saying?
Milk was looking pretty whole.
He was drinking prime milk.
I'm about to say that's that grade A fucking
that's that
butter.
That's that 349 quart.
Yup.
Milk.
Yup.
Not a gallon, 349 a quart.
Yup.
That hood milk.
That nigga said that
hood milk. That hood brand milk, bro. That's the best milk. Here we go.
Bro.
That's a fact.
But going
I'm
back,
just thinking of the gif of Stone Cold in the supermarket where he's just like,
did I send you guys the picture of the dude? The caption is he has a cat and it says milkman and he just has a milk mustache.
What?
I gotta show you guys.
Yeah, my man was drinking that grade A milk, bro.
Shout out my man. But to go back to what you're saying, like all athletes are basically a brand, right? And you have to have you're viewed differently in the public light. Obviously, like you're not John, you're not Miles, you're not Matt, you are NBA player, this, like you are the NBA, that's your brand, that's who you are. So for him to just, be like, nah, I'm Robin, do the hair.
Think about how much
outfits.
shit Russell Westbrook gets for not even doing like half the things that Rodman's doing. You know what I mean?
He's enclosed and people are upset.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I just thought it was super dope. And the other thing is like, you didn't realize how cerebral he took the game. Like, to me, he was always just the wild hustle player, like do whatever you needed, like give 110%. I just thought it was wild on Twitter where they were like, oh, this picture from the Jordan doc, and it's the picture from stretched out for the rebound. And it's like, to us, like, I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but I was like, y'all never saw this picture before. I was like,
I've seen that picture before.
Exactly. I was like, yo,
he didn't give a shit about his body. He was like, if he left the game with welts, he did a good job.
He literally said, he was like, yo, I used to go in, like, I'm expecting to get my nose broken, like that's how I'm doing. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, first of all, I was just like, I just think it's crazy how I was like, people are like, I was like, this isn't a new picture. Like, I thought everyone knew that picture and shit. But the fact that he's like, yo, like, he's always like, and they all respected it, or like, yeah, he partied, but he put the work in too, and that's part of the reason why we didn't really give him that much shit for everything else he did. And like that idea where he was like, he used to just go and just train himself to react off rebounds. That shit was insane to me.
When he told his boys to come to the gym and just shoot,
yeah.
And he just like he was just watching how the ball comes off the rim.
That's insane.
Explaining how, like, oh yeah, when Magic shoots, he has some spin to his ball, so his balls always go to the right. With Bird, it goes this way. If it if it bounces off the rim, bounces off the backboard, it's gonna go that way. It's like,
That's a different level of dedication, bro.
Exactly. And then they were like, yo, like every game, it's one thing to have a scouting report handed to you another game. It's another thing to watch film on each dude you're guarding before. Like shit like that. Like it's really dope, and it just gives me a greater respect for him as a player. And it's like it just completely as a more cerebral person when it comes to like actually getting shit done.
Shout out to the worm, bro.
Yeah,
Shout out to the worm.
The moment when I heard like that nickname and the fact that they're just out here like, yo, this man used to go out and try and have games where he didn't score.
Yeah, you see some of his stat lines like 0 points, but like 20 rebounds.
That's why they call him the worm.
Like
shit like that. Where it's literally like, yo, he'd be like, all right, let me just try and not score this game, like just for fun. And to me, it's just wild because for someone with that talent level and that like cerebral mindset, imagine if he had a different mind. Imagine if he had a Jordan mindset or just a different mindset. If he was just like, fuck it, let me go score, like shit like that.
That's what, like I feel like you would accidentally score, like
yeah.
one of those. Like,
and that's when he would try to. So it's probably like he'd be on a fast break and pass it back or some shit. Like, and they'd probably be like, man, fuck you, yo. It's like we can try to
gets an uncontested offensive rebound, go up.
And I'm curious about what like games and numbers are looking like during that time Scotty was out. Because that was probably the closest we've ever seen to him being like, I need to do everything for a team right now.